Hello, everyone. It's Ken Scott back at you with another video. I am a senior U.S. Immigration Information Intelligence Analyst with USEntryWaiverServices.com. And as you guys know, we get you cleared to enter the USA and all that good stuff. So today's video talks about something recently that happened to us. I won't bore you guys with the details. Let me just jump right in. So I mentioned before that we have a lot of jealous haters, jealous trolls, yada, yada. One on the West Coast and one on the East Coast. The East Coast one, the mellow fellow, we'll put him off to the side for now. So this video is about the West Coast troll. So the West Coast troll has decided to, trying to figure out the best way to do this, to try to upset things, so to speak. Well, if the West Coast troll is watching this video, which I'm sure he is, I have to let him know his efforts were futile because they did not work. He's already tried 2 or 3 times, it did not work. So that part is what it is. But what it's done is given us an opportunity to expand and grow even more. And it's also given me an idea or inspiration for this video. So what I'm getting at is I want to tell you guys the secrets about how these immigration lawyers operate and what they don't want you to know. Now, the immigration lawyers who hear this, they're going to shit bricks after I get finished. But you know what? I don't care, because with the immigration lawyers and with these discount waiver companies, what they're doing, they're trying to do whatever they can to suck every dollar from you. Also because of COVID and yada, yada. They're doing what they can to just basically keep the lights on, so to speak. Now, they've gotten jealous of us because we are way too busy. And I've done some other videos I have not posted yet where I've showed our actual caseload. I'll probably show those too. I'm gonna edit those a bit. There's a few things in there I want to blur out. But anyway, what these immigration lawyers do is they know, and first of all, let me back up a little bit. You guys already know about my background, yada, yada, what I do. My knowledge comes from actually working hands-on experience in the field. So my knowledge clearly exceeds theirs. And I've also had similar training, and I know the statutes better than they do. The only difference between them and myself is I don't offer legal advice. But I know exactly what they're going to say. I know exactly what they're going to do. I know the reference materials they use. And I may even show you guys some of the reference materials one day. So what they do is they network with different organizations and they share data. The problem is when they go to these organizations, they have like little meetings or whatever. A lot of the people who go there, they don't know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. And how do I know? Because I've been to those meetings. I've been to those conferences. You guys remember a video I posted where I attended the one in June. It was a virtual one in June, where the ARO director specifically stated that waivers are accepted by e-safe and paper. And I mean, you guys already heard, the excerpt from that. So getting back to this, they go to these conferences and yada, yada, network, but the people at these conferences, quite often, they don't know what they're talking about. So you get a lot of bad info that's constantly passed around. That's also why you speak to these lawyers, each one of them, they try to speak as if they have the confidence or the knowledge. You guys can smell bullshit 300 kilometers away and know that they don't know what they're talking about, a lot of them. So when they try to play that game with you, you guys got to put in some common sense. And
Welcome to the mental health hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, ask someone to press 2 for you.
I'm going to have
If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, 6. If you are paranoid, you know what you are and what you...
As much as I don't want to, much as I want to talk to her right now, I'm going to finish this video and call her back in 10 minutes. Anyway, so like I was saying, they network amongst each other, yada, yada, try to pass off info. They try to exclude every competitor if they do. A lot of them don't understand the statutes. Like, for example, if a client said to me, well, Ken, the board accused me of making a false statement, whatever. I said, okay, yeah, all right. They got you on the 212-6C misrepresentation. So I mean, it's just like simple like that, because a lot of the same training, if not the same exact training I've had, and actually more. But like I said before, my knowledge comes from working in the field, hands on. You know, when I was a law enforcement officer, when I worked for the American federal government, and those kinds of things. All right, well, I'll speak to her in a bit. So what they
Welcome to the mental health hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, 6.
You know what? Let me just let her know something. I tell you, well, never mind. I won't say that. Give you a show in 10 minutes. There. Anyway, so getting back to my video. So like I said, they pass on info a lot, or they try to network with one another and share info, share ideas. But because they don't have a lot of them don't have a base foundation from not having worked in the field, the system, they say, well, the book says this, and I say, yeah. And I've told some of them, yeah, the book does say that, but that's not how it's applied in the field. In the field, it's applied such and such way. This is me telling them. And of course, you know, they get an attitude and all this stuff, yada, yada, which I don't give a flying fuck about. But I say, well, you know what? So I've worked in the field, so I know what it's like in the field. And I can make phone calls to associates who still work in the field, just get clarification on certain things. They cannot do that. So they do not like us in the least, especially me, because the fact that I had similar training that's clearly exceeded theirs. And another thing they do is, I'll give you a good example. One gentleman called and said a lawyer, okay, this gentleman had a peace bond and for a certain situation. So a certain lawyer told him, take your court files to the border and discuss it with them. Well, the gentleman's offense is something that if he goes down there and discusses it with them in details, he's going to talk himself into needing a waiver because he's going to say the wrong thing. So when that happens, then this lawyer thinks the gentleman will say, okay, great. I will run back to him, and he thinks he'll take the case. Well, I mean, I put a stop to that already. So that's not going to happen. But this is what these guys do. They know that you purposely are going to self-sabotage yourself. So they encourage it and then hope they can get the case from you, then bill you by the hour. And once you're billed by the hour, they got the case from you. And when you get denied, which is a good chance you will, they say, oh, sorry about that. But because you're so nice and you pay them $3,500 to process their case, that money went toward the daughter's law school tuition, or the mortgage, or the $1,000 a month or more that lawyers have to pay in healthcare costs in the USA. This is the stuff they don't tell you. And also what some of these guys do, they come over from USA, they'll meet you at a coffee shop, let's say, I don't know, King George and 24th. Well, I wonder where I got that from. Or they might even meet you in Peace Arch Park and say, oh, where did I get that from as well? Anyway, so the point is, they'll meet you in places that's a non-office, and they'll only take cash or checks. They won't take credit card. I have no idea why. And then yada, yada, you know, they'll process your case or whatever. They'll slap it together. It'll be really piss poor. You get your denial, or what's called an RFE, which is request for evidence. You can't hardly get them on the phone. When you get them on the phone, you know, you don't get much help. You end up getting denied and you complain and they say, oh, well, you know, sorry about that. Yeah, that's not how it works. We don't do that. We operate what we do much differently, and which is the reason why we maintain the 98 to 99% success rate, where they're even lucky if they get 70. So they try to get you guys roped in a sense, and say, oh, well, the book says this. They don't even know what the book says. They say to you guys, because they know you guys don't know any better. They won't say it to me. I say, oh, so where does that say that in the book? Where does that say that in the statute? Can you please show me? They don't want to talk to me. And this very thing happened with a waiver applicant on the phone. It was a three-way conversation. And I asked this lawyer certain critical questions like that. He didn't like it. I said, well, hey, I'm just simply asking questions. You're saying this, but is it really based upon 212? Because the guy got an expedited removal and a 5-year ban at Swan State. So how can you charge the guy to try to get the ER overturned when there's a high degree of probability that it won't happen? I'm asking him these questions. Didn't like my questions. I said, hey, look, I'm just asking questions because this is a friend of mine, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I told him, I said, look, I don't offer any legal advice. I just tell how it is. I just tell it based upon what's works in the field and also what the book says. So I don't never advise you guys to do a certain thing. I will never do that. But I will give you guys the information in the system, in the books. Maybe you can possibly show it to you. Because the thing is, the information is already there. I'm just the one who's going to point it out to you, which is why we changed our title to U.S. Immigration Information Intelligence Analyst. So by doing that, we're basically empowering you guys to take care of your own self and protect your own self without having to be advised for this kind of stuff. Because these guys do a lot of dirty, shady tricks. And you know what? not to bash these individuals, but you can't really trust a lot of stuff they say. They will not show it to you in the system. They don't know how to find it, but we do. So there's many other tricks they do. They do tricks with the billing, like you call, I don't know, talk 5 minutes, they bill you. Sometimes they bill like 15-minute increments, sometimes half-hour increments, anything to take away your retainer. Because what they try to do is, what people don't realize is when you hire the lawyer, let's say you paid $3K. That money is supposed to go into a trust account. And in trust account, he's supposed to bill per hour, whatever the hourly rate is. Let's say 200. He's supposed to bill the hourly rate from that 3,000, and it has to all be documented. So, but then when you call these guys and you get free info from them, and then you don't retain them, they get livid. They get beyond livid. We don't, but they get livid. And then I won't say the name of this person, but this person has done things like, if you don't retain this individual, the officers at the border, by some strange occurrence, they happen to get a phone call saying, hey, you know what, Jay Sadu, such and such, and you need to check him out in the system. I said, okay, thank you very much. How do I know? I've got firsthand knowledge of this individual doing such a thing. I know the names of the person that he did it to. There's been other times it's been done. I won't say the name of the individual. But this is why I'm also telling you guys, deal with someone based in Canada, you know, whether you're a lawyer or immigration intelligence analyst, or if you want to discount waiver company, I suppose, which that would be foolish. You need to deal with someone based in Canada. If they don't have a Canadian office and they're meeting you in coffee shops or in parks and all that babbling BS, there's a reason why they're doing it, because they can't legally practice law in the country. That's why they do that. And it's what you guys don't know. So if they're holding themselves out to be a lawyer and not based in Canada, there's something wrong. Now, if they're not holding themselves out to be a lawyer, then that's a different story. But if they're holding themselves out to be a lawyer, they really need to be based in Canada. So just FYI for you guys. I want to say some more, but for now, I'm going to hold off, because I told you guys before, when I was growing up, I was a chess player at 5 years old. So I like to move very strategically. I make a move, wait for a counter move, yada, yada, yada. So this video basically is to inform you guys of the tricks that a lot of these lawyers will pull. If you guys want more info, you should give us a shout at 888-908-3841 or 604-332-9213. See, I'm based in Surrey, so Surrey, BC, for that matter. And I want to do a video about the discount waiver companies that do this business. There's one troll now, when the video first started, I told you guys I'm not going to tell you about the troll back east. Now I'm going to toss him in a bit. The troll back east was so desperate, is so desperate to get money that this troll was telling people that I'm not in Canada, I'm in England. I'm in England, I'm in England. He said that maybe 3 million times. Well, guys, I mean, let me do this. And that won't work. Yeah, it's not gonna work that way. I'm in Surrey, BC, Canada, and I tend to see the high roller clients or the VIP ones. Okay, I'm gonna give her a shout back in a few minutes here. So anytime you guys want to see me, you can come see me in Surrey or see any of my other staff members. Surrey manager, he's not here right now. So he had some issues he had to contend with. Got a Vancouver guy, I got a Burnaby guy. The other locations we're going to open, I've got people there already pre-positioned. Thing is, we've got so many locations, so much work. This is really too much almost too much for me to handle in a sense of it's a lot of management I have to do, and the serious cases or waiver applicants, whatever, I work on. So anyway, I won't bore you guys because someone's coming here and it's past 11 now. So someone's coming here in 20 minutes. I have to call this person back. And we can definitely help her too. She actually lives out of town. So I'm coordinating a move for her to come in. We can get her sorted. So, all right, guys, again, it's Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration. What's my title? U.S. Immigration Information Intelligence Analyst with www.usentry-waiver-services.com at 1-888-908-3841 or 604-332-9213. So let me sure this thing is still recording. But you guys know I've always been transparent with you about everything, even the times when I'm not working, we're hanging out, or when it comes to serious topics. So I don't BS you. I'm very straightforward. Competitors despise me personally. They despise my level of knowledge and experience. They despise my guys. When I say guys, my team members. But you know what I say to them? They can bite the big one for all I care. And the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper.